Mikey, while we're eating mini eggs.
Yeah, very nice. Thank you for instilling this into me. Oh,
I've had mine hidden in my car boot all week so that I didn't eat them before the stream.
Mikey, you said to tell you to do something. You were going to get one of us to read something out.
Over the last couple of days,
We'll eat
I've
mini
had a
eggs.
bit of a gripe. I've had a bit of a gripe.
Bit of a gripe.
Who's feeling guilty? I'm feeling guilty now.
Well,
Because Mike's not got any mini eggs.
No, because
oh,
Mike's got a gripe and I think it's with me.
oh no, it's not. So, often here we spend a lot of time just saying what's wrong with consumerism.
Yeah, a lot.
Well, over the last couple of days...
Says the team of people who've all just spent loads of money on mini eggs.
Mine was in the petrol station as well. Carry on.
I discovered the latest gripe with, or my latest gripe is with the very well-known confectionery family-run business, Tunnocks.
Oh, gosh.
Of tea cakes.
This is a serious business.
So, one of my favourite things ever is the classic caramel wafer, right?
Solid biscuit.
I'm not boycotting Tunnocks, Mike. I don't care what they've done.
So one of my favourite ever things about the caramel wafer is the paper wrapping. Mostly because, from an accessible point of view, like, can't go wrong. It's just dead easy to open, and also because it's a novelty of paper. Like, who does that anymore? It's really like it goes against the grain.
Yeah, unlike these things, which if you watch back on the stream, you'll see we all struggle to open.
We did.
And mine split quite a lot as well.
I had to go to the bottom of mine because the top's got this little tag, and that makes opening them difficult.
However, I did have a Tunnocks caramel wafer this week that wasn't in the paper wrapping.
What was it in?
But in fact, in your communal garden chocolate wrapping. And I did that thing, right, where you grab sort of both ends and pull, but you don't actually pull enough to open the chocolate. You just
just take the corner off.
Pull the corner off, and then.
Oh no.
So, from a cerebral palsy point of view, it left a lot to be desired. Now, usually, like pre-pandemic me, I would have let this flow. Like, I would have let it go. But I thought, no, it's like, over the last 2 years, we've been through. I thought I don't have to put up with this anymore.
No, damn it.
So I thought, what I'll do is, I'm gonna write an email.
Shit, bitch.
Nice.
And so I've written it in the drafts, and it occurred to me that actually this is, as I said earlier, prime smoke room fodder. What I've also learned is that I can't read it out without losing my shit. So definitely can't do it on the internet. So I've had a thought about which one of the group I would like to be me and read it out without completely losing it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send it to one of you on stream live, and providing your phones are all not on silent, I want you to wait for the pin.
As everyone quickly puts their phones off silent because no one has their phones on noisy.
Do you not? Weirdos. No.
Why would I have it on noisy?
I can't stand the noises it makes.
Fellow
it's not me.
Rumor,
No, I got a message from someone else then.
Pressing send now.
Oh.
Okay, everyone.
See the first line and I love it already.
Okay, everyone. Put your phones on silent.
So, the reason sort of what I thought it's got to be done with a voiceover artist, but with the sort of that level of sort of slightly sort of middle class tone that Platts naturally exudes.
Thank you, thanks. It's hard,
yeah.
hard won, this tone.
When you're ready.
Okay, so dear Mr. Mrs. Ms. Non-binary Tunnocks.
Inclusive, Mike. Inclusive.
Thanks, I like it. I am not a confrontational man. Never sought to grind gears. And always made sure never to be the ruffler of feathers. Quite the opposite, in fact. I will actively avoid crosswords of any description. I am the Switzerland of people, if you will. However, after a global pandemic and a course of therapy, I have decided to take control. Be a person who lives by his own rules and not by the ones set down by society. As a result, I feel compelled to email you about a most pressing matter. I was first introduced to your caramel wafers one day during 2006. When a school teaching assistant offered one to 14-year-old me at a particularly stressful juncture of his year 9 SATs. To say I was mesmerised, reader, would be a gross understatement. The red and gold paper crackling in my maths exam.
Sorry, you froze then. Platt, say that again.
No, she was fine for us.
No, but not for me. No, I'm getting the stream. So.
The red and gold paper crackling in my maths non-calculator exam. My maths non-calculator exam anxiety-induced hand. The glistening chocolate beneath the flickering fluorescent light of my West Midlands comp. The perfect ratio between crispy wafer and chewy caramel as I bite into this absolute gem of confectionery. It's safe to say that you got me through this crisis. You and that rugby penalty kicking game on the BBC Sports Academy website, where I'd always play as Johnny Wilkinson. That's how you made me feel, Tunnocks, like I could play rugby. A further note about me. I live with cerebral palsy. I mean, not me. I live with cerebral palsy, a neurological condition which affects muscle tension, balance, and namely, fine motor skill. I'm reminded of a Christmas when, being in the house alone, I decided to reach for a chocolate off the tree. My intention tremor, coupled with a particularly spiky fibre optic, meant that I very nearly pulled the tree down. I've lost my place. Wait, I'm not saying it caused distress. But even my dog can't help but adopt the brace position every time he hears Slade.
Oh my god, this is fucking art.
Oh.
The festive decasing lottery doesn't end there, though. We have to talk about celebrations. I know. How could I debase such a well-crafted email by mentioning that lot? Year on year, I have to take the 2 folds with my shaking hands and coax open the packaging for the smallest morsel of Milky Way. Apropos of nothing, Milky Way is higher up on my list of favourites than many people's. What's yours? However, what I'm finding more often is, as I pull either side of the paper, resembling a gnat doing a Rubik's Cube, I pull the flaps completely off of the wrapping, leaving me no way of getting into the chocolate. Obviously, this is cause for anything but a celebration. Never mind, I think. At At least I can open a Tunnocks caramel wafer. Imagine then my shock and surprise when I recently purchased a multi-pack of the aforementioned wafer to discover that your traditional paper casing has been binned in favour of the industry standard hold your breath and hope for the best style wrapping. I've tried to open two, and I'm surrounded by flailing bits of aluminium that would be on the wrapper, but instead lay strewn across my bedroom floor like some sugary Mr. Trebus. This is not how I wanted to begin my 31st year, Tunnocks. Upon perusal... it goes on. Upon perusal of your website, it's very good.
Mikey, aren't you supposed to be writing a play at this moment?
It's in rehearsal, it's fine.
Upon perusal of your website, it's very good. I discover that by 1903, the founders of your company were planning the weddings of their local community. Whilst I'm not looking for a wedding, it's a sore point, shut up, mum. I am looking to open a caramel wafer without fear or prejudice. I urge you to resort back to the packaging we all know and love. In a world full of aluminium, be paper, be accessible, be Tunnocks. Yours faithfully, Michael Salden, Wolverhampton, age 30 and a half.
Right, I need to know two things. Did it go straight to out of office reply?
Well,
you said it was in your drafts.
In the drafts on my phone.
Oh, right.
That would have sent because, yeah, like I feel like that sort of way of emailing sort of works quite well, as proven by everyone's favourite Midland comic, Joe Lyston, right? You get your point across, but it's not threatening, is it? However, what I did find this morning, after I'd spent most of last night and some of this morning working on it, Molly came in and she said, well, those wafers, they're in the packet that we've got, aren't Tunnocks. Can you imagine if I'd sent it?
No!
Can you imagine if I'd sent it?
Oh God, they were fake Tunnocks.
They were on brand of another well-known supermarket.
Oh God, can you see why I want us to have 50 followers? This deserves more.
I've been on LinkedIn.
M. Night Shyamalan fucking bullshit right there.
Yeah, I've been on LinkedIn and I found the person who does marketing for Tunnocks, and I very nearly sent them a link to the code. So
trust me, that is getting its own YouTube.
I'm really annoyed because I was genuinely really proud of that for the aforementioned reason that it was me not taking any shit anymore. And then, as soon as you think that, the universe, of course,
comes in with a big fake Tunnocks.
I thought, if I'm not going to send it, because it would be wrong now, the least I could do is read it out on the podcast.
It was beautiful.
So,
God, Mike.
there you go.
Oh, this is the best thing I've ever seen. I can't find the marketing person, but I can find someone who works in the factory. His name is Ronnie Plunkett. Ronnie Plunkett. Sorry, it's all in caps. It's Ronnie Plunkett!
Ronnie Plunkett. Ronnie Plunkett.
It's from the Greater Glasgow areas. It's like, Ronnie Plunkett. Oh no, he's current production operator at Tunnocks. I'm going to click on his account.
Look, can we stop stalking people on LinkedIn live on air? John
he
T's
lives in
put the
Catkin
absolute Shyamalanigans.
M. Night would be proud.
Nice.
Thanks, Emma.
Mikey, that was amazing.